He said, Queen, let them see the pierce in the side. He said, girl, let them see the pierce in the side. Since they want to see everything else, let them see the pierce in the side. That's the pierce in the side, family. Boy, I done discovered another book, boy. This book right here, and it's marked too. It says, The Life and Teachings of Jesus of Nazareth. And see how he come and mark me right there with the red. So we're going to go right here and see what it says. It says, The Week Jesus Died, page 189. At noon, the whole country became dark. The darkness continued for 3 hours. After 3 o'clock, Jesus cried aloud, Eli, Eli, lim Shabbat. What's that pressure? Pronounce this for me. See if she can pronounce it.
I don't know how to pronounce that.
Eli, Eli, lim Shabbat thing.
I don't know.
Well, we're going to spell it for you. ELIELIELEMACHTHANI. I'm in the car having Bible study, family. I'm still on night watch with God. Boy, he got me out here. So forgive the noise in the background. This means, my God, why have you left me alone? Some of the people standing there heard this. They said, is he calling Elijah? Later, Jesus knew that everything had been done to make the scriptures come true. He said, I am thirsty. There was a jar filled of sour wine there. So the soldiers soaked a sponge in it. They put the sponge on a branch of a hyssop. I've never heard of this tree. HYSSOP plant, and lifted it to Jesus' mouth. When he tasted the wine, he said, it is finished. Jesus shouted, Father, I put my life in your hands. After Jesus said this, he died. When Jesus died, the curtain in the temple were torn into 2 pieces. The tear started at the top and tore all the way to the bottom. Also, the earth shook, and the rocks were broken. The graves opened, and many of God's people who had died were risen from death. They came out of the graves, and after Jesus was risen from death, they went unto the holy city, and many people saw them. The army officers and the soldiers guarded Jesus saw this earthquake and everything that happened. They were very afraid and said, he really was the Son of God. This day was preparation day, This day was preparation day. The next day was a special Sabbath day. The Jewish leaders did not want the bodies to stay on the cross on the Sabbath day. So they asked Pilate to order that the leg of the men be broken. And they asked that the body be taken down from the cross. So the soldiers came and broke the legs of the 2 men on the cross beside Jesus. But when the soldiers came close to Jesus, they saw that he was already dead. So they did not break his legs. But one of the soldiers struck his spear in Jesus' side. Immediately, blood and water came out. The one who saw this happen has told about it. He told about it so that you can believe the things he say are true. He knows that he tells the truth. These things happen to give full meaning to the scriptures that said, none of the bones will be broken. and people will look at the one they stab. He said, show him again, Queen. He said, show him the scars, boy. He said, show him the scars. That butterfly, that gonna scorpion, and that pierce in the side, boy, that with that cross right there, boy, that go right there. So, family, I'm looking at the cross where I first saw the light. And we having Bible study in the car today, family. We talking about this cross. We talking about this cross. So let me keep going because he told me to finish this out. And it says in 5:56, Jesus is buried. Later, a man named Joseph and Arimathene asked Pilate for the body of Jesus. Joseph was a follower of Jesus, but he did not tell anyone because he was afraid of the Jewish leaders. Pilate said Joseph could take Jesus' body, so he came and took it away. Nicodemus went with Joseph. He was the man who had come to Jesus before and talked to him at night. He bought about 100 pounds of spices, a mixture of myrrh and aloes. These two men took Jesus' body and wrapped it in pieces of linen cloth with the spices. This is how the Jews buried people. This is how the Jews buried people. Joseph put Jesus' body in the new tomb that he had dug in the wall of rock. When he closed the tomb by rolling a very large stone to cover the entrance. After he did this, he went away. Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Jesus, saw the place where Jesus was put. They then left to prepare some sweet-smelling spices to put on the body. On the Sabbath day, they rested and commanded in the law of Moses. That day was the day called Preparation Day. The next day, the leading priests and the Pharisees went to Pilate. They said, "Sir, we remember that while that liar was still alive, he said, 'I will raise from death in 3 days.' So give the orders of the tomb to be guarded well for 3 days." Him before. Pilate said, "Take some soldiers and go guard the tomb the best way you know." So they all went to the tomb and made it safe from thieves. They did this by sealing the stone in the entrance and putting soldiers there to guard it. Hey, they were still trying to make him out to be a liar, boy. He said, "Hold on. This liar said he will come and raise from the dead in 3 days. We got to stop him from coming up in 3 days, boy. Hey, look. Hey, This book getting good to me already, boy. He said that number 6. The last 40 days. Hey. The resurrection, I told you, the resurrection, boy, number 6, that's me, boy, the resurrection, boy, he want them twins, boy, that resurrection, boy, he said, girl, I'm coming back. The next day after the Sabbath day, Mary Magdalene, Salome, Salome, Mary, the mother of Jesus, Joanne, and some other women bought some sweet-smelling spices to put on Jesus' body. Very early on that day, the first day of the week, the woman were going to the tomb. It was very early after sunrise. I love that sunrise, boy. Suddenly, an angel of the Lord came from the sky, and there was a huge earthquake. The angel went to the tomb and rolled the stone away from the entrance. Then he sat on top of the stone. The angel was shining as bright as lightning. His clothes were as white as snow. The soldiers guarding the tomb was very afraid of the angel. They shook with fear and then became like dead men. The angel said to the woman, "Don't be afraid. I know you are looking for Jesus, the one who was killed on the cross." Come on now, they're gonna lie. But he is not here. He has risen from death as he said he would. Come and see and place where his body was. They saw that the heavy stone was covered. That I can't even. That I got to slow down, boy. I done got too excited, boy. He done came back, boy. They trying to make him out to be a light. Oh, let me back it up. I done got too excited. I got too excited. They saw that the heavy stone that covered the entrance had been rolled away. They went in, but they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. They did not understand this. While they were wondering about it, 2 men in shining clothes stood beside them. The women were very afraid. They bowed down with their faces on the ground. The men said to them, "Why are you looking for a living person here? This is a place for dead people. Jesus is not here. He is risen from death. Do you remember what he said in Galilee? He said the Son of Man must be handed over to the control of sinful men, be killed on a cross, and rise from death on the 3rd day. Now go and tell his followers, and be sure to tell Peter. Tell them Jesus is going into Galilee and will be there before you come. You will see him there, as he told you before." Then the woman remembered what Jesus had said. So the woman left the tomb quickly. They were afraid, but they were also very happy. They told the apostles everything that happened, but the apostles did not believe them. What they said, it sounded like nonsense. So Peter and the other followers started going to the tomb. They were both running, but the other followers ran faster than Peter and reached the tomb first. He bent down and looked in and saw the piece of linen clothes laying there, but he did not go in. Then Simon Peter finally reached the tomb and went in. He saw the piece of linen lying there. He also saw clothes that had been around Jesus' head. It was folded up and laid in a different place from the piece of linen. Then the other followers went in. The one who had reached the tomb first, he saw what happened and believed. The followers did not yet understand from the scriptures that Jesus must rise from death. Then the followers went back home. Hey, this book good. Ain't this book good? Cause right there he said he coming back, boy. That's the reason right there. I gotta cut it off for cause we gonna come back and have some little sessions. We'll see what he marking up next. Boy, I like this little leather book, boy. It says, why is this book in your hand? Curiosity, fluke, fate. I faced the same question a few years back. Maybe your life is great. Perhaps you're worn out from day-to-day struggles of life. Or maybe you feel like I did, lost. Hold on. Maybe you feel like I did, lost. Yeah, all right. Broken and searching endlessly for peace. No matter your situation in your life or how you feel, the contentness in this little book will bring light and clarity on your journey. Now it's up to you to read this book or don't. I like that, right? No matter your decision, the ripple effect will reach every aspect of your life for generations to come. Be sure to know this book is all about one of the most controversial, consequential figures of all time, Jesus of Nazareth. You, no doubt, have your own views of Jesus. I sure have had my views of him that included years of assumptions, hearsay, and opinions. Frankly, though, I was just too busy in my life I was just too busy in my life and didn't have the time or desire to find out who he really was. Was he a prophet, a rebel, a liar, a miracle worker? Today, many people have reduced him to a curse word, a lucky charm to be dangled from a gold chain or a tattoo. Come on now. In reading this book, I discovered the real Jesus for myself. In doing so, I unexpectedly stepped out of the darkest days of my journey, and found exactly what I've been searching for. Peace and purpose. I want the same for you. Turn the page and find out why this book fell into your hands. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, my fellow travelers. See, God always got me, family. God always got me. When dark days come, I look up and see a star all around me, family. God always got me. He ain't let me down yet. I tell you, he gonna stay around me one way or other. He gonna find me. He gonna say, girl, I'm right here. It's up to you. It's up to you to open up this book and follow this book, baby, because I'm always here. Because I give you exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. But like he said, everybody got their view of Jesus. He said, but it's up to you to take your time to seek and search and find out who he is so that you can have the same wonderful things that I have, baby. I trust God and not the money. I trust God and not the money. And I'm continue to trust God and not the money. Cause boy, I got me some popcorn and some Starburst, boy. Hey, I'm coming off this fast slowly, family. I'm coming off slowly. We gonna see what God got for us next, boy. Cause I had me some beets this morning and some beet juice, boy. It was good to me. Got that blood flowing. Yeah, back to nature. Yeah, I done got me some beets and some beet juice. Back to the dirt, family. I love you. One love, one light. And I love you back, God. I love you more. To the moon and back, to the moon and back.